So the Indiana Fever are taking a page from the book of the Sky and some of these other teams like the Seattle Storm, who have an unbelievable facility, from the likes of, obviously, the Storm, the Aces, the Valkyries. All of these teams are great facilities. And in fairness, the Fever facilities weren't bad. Like, they did the job. It wasn't like this absolute state-of-the-art facility. But you know what? They had their own facility, which is really big. But now we have got the Fever getting a brand new facility. So here is what they have said about it.
Entertainment, I couldn't be more excited for both our men's and our women's teams to have their own standalone practice facilities. I think it's expanding our campus in a great way. It's providing them everything they need to have the best performance that they can on the court. And I think it's absolutely the right time to do it.
Well, first of all, our goals for this new training center is really to provide a first-in-class training center that is designed exclusively for women athletes. And I think that's important to note because it's not just a gym, it's a holistic approach to how women athletes train, recover, rehab.
This is going to be...
I swallowed water the wrong way, sorry.
The best in class when it comes to a women's professional training facility, and not just the day that it opens. We're gonna set this up and think about this as the best in class for many years to come.
From all of the weight and conditioning equipment, obviously we'll have 2 full-size courts. It'll be available 24/7 for them to come and utilize it, but also just the best in recovery, the best in mental health, places for them to be able to also record content, podcasts, and other things that they may have to go off-site and waste time doing.
I stand by this. I don't like this is so I think it was like the Chicago Sky when it was like they have their content creating area. It's like I think this is going a little bit far. I'm sorry, I think it's going a little bit far. If you guys agree, subscribe. We're trying to hit 40.85k by the end of the day, but I think we're just going a little bit far with things. You've got a pod. You don't to be fair. There's no point if you have the room. Why not have a podcast room? But come on. I don't think players on company time should be recording podcasts. To be completely honest, that's just my opinion.
Things like that, so they can really maximize their time spent focusing on their performance and not on other things.
This franchise has always been about players. It's always been about basketball, and it's about anything we can do to help the player become the best they can be.
Honestly, at this stage, why not just if you've got the land, why not just have 12 apartments? Why not just have them all living in just make it an apartment complex and the players live there at this stage?
This is really a huge example and an opportunity to show the rest of the league and the world and that's involved in women's sports what it takes to be a high-level athlete.
It's an unbelievable day for the Indiana Fever, another step for our franchise, again, to make this the best franchise in the world.
As we look toward Indianapolis becoming the epicenter of women's sports, having professional women's sports teams and having dedicated training facilities for them is really a key piece of putting that together.
It is impressive. I do have to admit, it is really, really impressive. And it's good. It's going to be great for all players. And again, at this stage, it's obviously, look, Indiana is not New York. It's not New York. It's not Vegas. But, this looks like a full-scale arena. It is huge. And again, obviously, it's to be ready within 2 years, which is mental. 108,000 square feet. 108,000 square feet. That's almost 100 times the size of my house. But, yeah, obviously, I wonder where it is in Indianapolis. But it literally looks like a full-size stadium. It doesn't look like it's that much different size-wise to a full stadium, which is massive, which is huge. And honestly, that's great for it's great for the players. It's great for anyone that's involved with the Indiana Fever. And I'm being honest, I would be very, very much I'd be very, very happy if you are a player for the Fever, or if you're potentially a future player for the Fever. see your construction of the 3-story will begin in 2025 and open up before 2027 season. So it will be, so basically they've got 2 more seasons left of their normal place. Fever Sports Forum Centre will be part of a PSNE campus connected by Skybridge to the Virgin Avenue parking garage and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Okay, so it's right beside Gamebridge. Okay. While the project plans are being finalised, the centre and amenities will be designed to address specific needs of female athletes compete at the highest level, which is obviously good. Specifically, a facility of the best in-class amenities, including 2 regulation-sized courts with natural light, premier strength and conditioning equipment, yoga, Pilates area, hydration station, and full-service kitchen to help players recover and recharge. The facility will offer spa-like treatment with massage, infrared light therapy, sauna, treatment, heat studios, float tank, and multiple hydrotherapy pools. The team will also have private outdoor courtyard, mental performance spaces. Centre will also boast a hair and nail salon, childcare space, and podcast and content production studio. I'm just being honest. Who has a podcast in this team? Is there anyone with a podcast? Is there? Like, I'm not entirely sure if there is a player on this team that does have a podcast. Either way, though, if a player did have a podcast, it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever, to be fair. But yeah. So obviously they're trying to build on last year. As you can see here, it's like last year had unprecedented boom in interest and attention on women's sports around the world, led in large part by our very own Indiana Fever. And the mayor said Indianapolis is proud to see significant events from Pacers sports entertainment drive further momentum in women's basketball. And I think that, to be fair, whether it be Herb Simon, like, I don't think Herb Simon is cheap. Like, I don't think anyone has ever accused Herb Simon of being cheap. I say he's just looking at it like, you know what? Like, the Pacers is never going to be the top tier owner or top tier team. Maybe we can do that with the Fever. From Herb Simon, we are excited to partner with Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to identify the perfect location for Indiana Fever Sports Performance Center. City of Indianapolis continues to be a tremendous partner as we elevate our team, players, and community. So it could well be a case where it's like maybe the city are putting a little bit towards, maybe the city are really just kind of getting on the Fever's bandwagon, which is, to be fair, like, it could be a good thing because they might, like, they're a bigger team than the Pacers, which is crazy, which is actually crazy. But and then they have it for the 2027 season. So if you are one of these people that sign in 2026, you've got, like, if you're one of those people that signs in 2026, you've just got to play 1 year in the old place, then you've got this state-of-the-art facility. So, honestly, good job. Good job, Indiana. Good job from the bottom, from the, like, the whole offseason. Good job. From moving on from Lynn Dunn to getting Kelly, to getting Amber Cox, to firing Christy Sides, to bringing in Stephanie White. I think at this stage you got to trust the Fever's front office, and that they won't make another Katie Lou signing this offseason. Anyway, I'll see you guys.